Okay, hi guys, welcome to our first class. Yeah, as you can see here is today we're going to do some briefing and I'm going to explain to you guys what is expected in our class. Yeah, so and the assignment briefs and so on and so forth. Yeah, any questions that you all have, please do not hesitate to ask me, and then I can explain further. Right, so as you know, all this MIs and all that has been given to you guys. I mean, it's uploaded in the Times. Yeah, so you guys can have a look at it. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same as the previous semester and so on with the other classes, but this time for this couple of weeks you guys will be doing exercises and getting to know the tools first. So we are not going to jump into characters straight away, but say for instance I think the characters you'll be jumping into characters say next week or week 3. Yeah, just to test out first. Yeah, so the expectation, so if you read through this, it's practically me. Actually it's not Mr. Faisal, I made a mistake, but yeah, the previously was Mr. Faisal. So since it was nothing much change, so yep, that's how you see Mr. Faisal's name. But yeah, it's already me, everything. Okay, this is the most important thing that you want to look at, which is the assessment. Yeah, so you've got the exercise as usual, similar to our 3D modeling 2020 project 1, project 2 and final project. So the expectation of you is to come out with a shot, right, at the end of this semester. So you have to come out with a shot. So it doesn't need to be 2 minutes, 3 minutes shot. It's 30 seconds minimum. Yeah, 30 seconds to a minute. Yeah, but with quality. So you're going to have like you're going to have all this body mechanics, body language, facial expressions and all that to be animated and come out with a short. Means it's a simple story. You have to have a narration, a simple narration, whether it's going to be a situation based. You can even record your own voice, and then you have to, you know, develop the entire animation accordingly. Understand? Any questions?
No, sir.
All right, cool. So yep, and then as you can see here, all the topics and all that is subject to change if there is any hiccups in between. So for instance, when you're looking at rigging, we may not go to rigging, given that if there is time, definitely will go into rigging, depending how you guys everyone develops, right? Because rigging is another technical subject by itself. So you need to know how to, definitely I will touch a little bit of rigging so you guys can, practice on your own. But here I will give you guys a rig. Yeah? So in that manner, you can focus on animation and creating a shot, which is purely on animation, acting, and using your staging and all the product principles in the animation into here. Any questions?
No.
Yeah. How's the other dudes? Only our letters saying, and Winnie is here to to state that you guys understand. How's the others? Bay. Who's this? Roseng Lee. Oh, Desmond. Hello? You guys are there? Desmond can't hear you, Desmond. Bay. Okay. So I heard the boom. Okay. So never mind. Okay, hope you guys understand this. I will definitely load this up. Okay, I will share some videos. It's already there in Teams, and I'll share that link with you guys so you guys can get into Teams and then have a look at it. Yeah. I'll show you guys as well as what your seniors has done so far, and I expect to improve more and more I believe you guys will do better. Yeah, given that you have done well with your 3D modeling last semester. Yep, the hope is, let's try. Yeah, so this class should be fun class. It's a little technical, but it is, it is fun. So you will have all these exercises to help you out to understand the tools and how to use the animation principles and so on and so forth with the acting series and so on. Yep, once you have already done this, and then you will go into the pre-production. The pre-production is practically doing up the storyboard, animatics, block out. Yeah. So in here it states you have to do rigging and so on and so forth, but you're not going to do rigging at the moment. So rigging, we will try, definitely will try to get rigging. But before that, if I'm giving you a rig, a complete character with rig, then you should be able to first understand the mechanism. So which is understand the controls, make sure the controls are all working fine, right? What controls what, yeah? How do you want to maneuver things around? That will take quite some time, get used to the controls, right? So if that is understood, then it's easier for you to animate. You don't want to have any hiccups along the way when you have to create, from scratch and not understanding how it works, and it defeats the purpose of this animation. Yep. And the production is where you are going to do your animation, your layout, your block out, and then you're going to do in-betweens, you're going to do the cleanups and so on and so forth, right? Not to the 100% polished version yet, yeah, but you already have around 60% of your animation all done for the final. So it's practically one that you will be running across. So which means you will have a character. After the character, you will have the background setups and so on and so forth. It's like a studio. So if let's say you're sitting in this classroom and this is the set, you have to build a set. So that set, you can either model it, keep it very simple. I'm not looking for crazy modeling and so on and so forth. Keep it very simple. Make sure that you have already identified which is the suitable props that is going to be interacted with, and how do you want to animate in the whole set or whole shot itself, right? So I'm not looking for crazy Pixar animation yet here, but simple stuff. Keep it simple, have fun, make sure you bring out the persona of the character. All right. And after you have finished this, and then we are going to do a render in the final output. So which means you have to then composite. You are going to render the character and the background separately, right? And then you're going to composite it in After Effects. So we are going to have lightings and so on and so forth, making it have a beauty pass and so on and so forth. Then what we'll do is we'll compile all this together and make it into a nice little shot with titles and so on. Yeah, you're allowed to use other effects as well from if you're using any other third-party plugins and so on and so forth, you're allowed to use. Yeah, and audio to be cleaned up eventually. So practically, the idea is you're not going to, waste whatever you have learned previously. So we're going to utilize everything. So the entire production, right, of animation is a big process actually. So what you're doing now is you're just focusing on animation studio, which means you're not focusing on modeling. So purely animation. It will be great if you can model, rig, and then animate the entire character. That will be ideal. But yeah, as time goes and you need, foresee some hiccups here and there. So let's just stick with what we have now. Yeah. Eventually, I'll definitely guide you guys. Yeah. So as you can see here, 1.5 minutes clip. If possible, if we can get this a minute and a half, would be great. But 30 seconds is the bare minimum that I'm looking at. Quality work. Can? Hello?
We'll do our best, sir.
Did I break or is it all clear?
Yes, clear.
Yep, sir. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, now I can hear you finally.
Alright.
You've been trying to talk from just now, is it? So, anyways, that's that. Any questions from you guys?
Sir,
No.
I have
Yep.
a question.
Yep.
So for the final work, we say 1.5 minutes of
Mm-hmm.
our own stories, or do
Yep,
we
your
just
own.
copy from all? Okay. So it's kind
Yeah.
of different from the senior, is it?
No, you can pick first and foremost your own story means you can pick like a dialogue from a cartoon, movie.
Okay.
You can come out with your own dialogues, right? With your own voice, right? So you are going to act out a particular scene. You're not going to do a script writing here, right? So you just pick up to make your life easier. You see any of these cartoons or any of these references that you have from YouTube and so on and so forth, just take the dialogue. That's all you have to take. Yeah? And then
Okay.
we are going to use that and you are going to act it out based on the dialogue. You can change. You do not need to follow exactly of how the video clips is going to be or the existing. If you want, you can, but end of the day, it needs to come out from you. You can add on exaggeration. You can make it better. Make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So these are things that we are trying to create. So eventually, what you guys have to do is this week onwards, you have to start finding that clip. Right? It can be from, let's say, for instance, you're taking from Hotel Transylvania, or you're taking from any of these shots from, Big Hero 6, or DreamWorks Kung Fu Panda, or whatever it is, whichever. Even from a movie, a famous movie, Avatar, or no, it can be a movie, it can be a drama, it can be anything. As long as you have 30 seconds, it's fun. You don't want to have like super boring, like, but you want to have like the emotion to be pumped out, so he can have like, you can act it out practically, right? So even if it's a serious, topic or dialogue that you pick up, like for instance, you're looking at Godfather, you want to animate that, so you want to make it more cooler. So it can be a very serious tone, but he can be very wacky and so on and so forth. It's up to you. So you want to opt for seriousness? Yes, of course you can. Any kind of genre doesn't matter, as long as you plan it out using the dialogue. The dialogue is to help you to, if you're not that good with your your voice overs and so on and so forth, your own recording. So you can use that dialogue to help you. Making sense? Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Any more questions?
I'm clear.
Clear? Vinny? Can I? Alright? So these are things, then start looking for, eventually you do some research. Find something that you are, it doesn't burden you to do that animation. Make sense? If it burdens you, then it becomes boring. Yeah? So make sure that you are happy with it, and then you know how the entire process is going to work. If not, it's going to be like, ooh, that's not going to be helpful. It will be very, very difficult. So, the previous students, your seniors, have you seen your seniors' work?
Only one.
Which one?
Not yet. I'm gonna check it out soon.
Sorry?
I'm not yet, but I'm gonna check it later.
Okay. Okay. Have you seen Britney's one? Liu Hui? No. Okay, let me see, where do I have this? Uh-oh. I did not bring. Okay, tell you what. Let me see. Okay, this is the assessment. I think I have it here. Let me go back. Taylor's. Okay, this was British one. Can you hear the voice? The sound?
My battery ran flat.
No.
Oh, okay. I'll just share this, yeah, so you guys can have a look. I mean, without the sound, have a look first, then later I'll just share this.
Okay.
I ran out of power. Do you copy? How am I gonna get out of here?
I know.
The walking is. But this was the best lah. Yeah. So she did a complete one. How do I go to YouTube? What? I'll share this link later lah. Yeah. I'll share it in our class. Later after 5:30, I'll share with you guys. Okay. So for some reason, all went well, but there was a big hiccup. Yeah, and in the midst of the module is being undertaken, there was a hiccup in terms of time. They're busy with things. When work piles up, you feel it's choking and so on and so forth. Yeah. Yep. So that's how it is. So I'll share with you guys what she has done. We do have this is the character animation, as well as with the storyboards and so on and so forth with block out. And then project 1 is towards the sack of flour, bring life to faceless character. And then the exercises where they have the acting as well. So there was a couple of exercises that they had, but that was previously. So you guys will have a different exercise as opposed to them. Yeah. So we are focusing on 3D at the moment. Yeah. Mainly 3D. You can combine 2D animation. I leave it to you guys. Yeah. But you have to really plan it out if you're going to combine and make it into like a motion graphic kind of thingy. Up to you. So you have to come out with something that is fun, short, simple, and nice. Yeah. Don't be a hero. Try to do Star Wars. Okay. Ken? Hello?
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah.
Can.
I think the exercise is kind of same with our previous semester, the module.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, I mean, like just now you press the exercise, right? I saw their work is sort of the same with our.
That is because the other lecturer was co-teaching with me. So Mr. Faisal was co-teaching with me. So Mr. Faisal was focusing on 2D animation a little bit.
Yeah.
They previously, this cohort, they requested to learn a little bit more on 2D animation. So the exercises were given more on 2D animation, like the character design and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But with me, there won't be character character modeling, or maybe there will be, maybe, but mainly we are looking at 3D, where you're going to do exercises on 3D characters rather than doing 2D. Yeah. Then you will have something, you have already understood 2D animation, you have already understood 3D, and finally when you go to your final year project, you can then look into how or which one do you want to choose. You have an option. If not, it will be wasted and it's too much. Clear? So the bottom one, I'll show you the greatest one. So please don't do anything like this. I'm not here to humiliate anyone. So be very, very clear. I'm showing you so that you guys do not do this, or try to avoid this as much as you can. See? This is a walk cycle. Do not do this kind of final animation. That's it. Okay? So we don't want to go to this level, because end of the day, you all know what my expectation is. I always encourage you guys is for you to make sure that your portfolio is good. Right? These kids survive because they did exercises and they did quite okay with the acting and so on and so forth. So okay, borderline. That was borderline. That was me being very lenient. If not, it's fail straight. Okay, so look at this. That's how bad it is. Right? So please do not do that. Okay? This one, it's sad, like, I was expecting, and yeah, somehow it's just that other way. Anyways.
My name is Gwen Stacy. I was bitten by a radioactive spider.
So yeah, I'll share all this with you guys. Not to, again, I'm stressing, this kid's got skills. Everyone got skills. It's not about me failing everyone, whatever not, right? I don't want you guys to, reduce your opportunity in the future by doing all this kind of, non-quality outputs that is going to reflect on you, not on me. Clear? Hello? I'm still recording, yeah. Still recording. Can, guys are clear with?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that on what we have, and my expectation is definitely higher than that. Yeah. So I will also give you some samples later on. Yeah. So you guys can have a look at it, because now if I play, it's not sharing with the audio. So let's see if I can share it with audio. Animation. Wait. Animation Mentors and Animation School is where you see a lot of good outputs and so on. If I share this, for some reason it's not.
We're not trying to be mean.
Can you
We
hear?
just don't want
Can anyone hear? No? You guys?
No,
you to be yourself.
no sound at all.
No sound at all.
No, can't hear.
So I'm just going to copy this and paste it in our Discord. Classroom. And then go bam. Okay? So you guys can see these are something that I'm looking at, and how do I have this played? In here?
I am so nervous. We are
Online? Can you all hear?
Kinda not too late.
No, sir.
about mirror.
Oh, yeah, I can hear
I
you.
apologize in advance if I throw
Can you
up
hear?
on stage.
Yeah.
hypertension on that thing. And what do we got on this thing? A Cuisinart? No, sir. We'll find them. Catch them. Yes, sir.
And by the way, it's not about making money, it's about taking money. Destroying the status quo, because the status is not quo.
So when we do the chicken dance, I do it a little bit differently. I know that usually it goes like da 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 da, oh, da 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 da, but instead of doing claps, I like to do a peck, because it's more realistic.
No chicken dance. Hey, look, we're not trying to be mean. We just don't want you to be yourself. In any way.
Okay.
Real quick, should I do a British accent?
I'm gonna say no.
You sure?
Yeah, I can do one.
It's not very good, but I think I could pull it off. I just feel like he's gonna get upset when he finds out that we're American.
He knows we're American.
Great. All right, well, guess we'll take the meeting anyway. After all, we did come all the way down under.
No.
Hunter, I hate getting these calls. What did I tell you about licking the kids' heads?
Don't do it.
That's right, ever, okay?
Fine.
I mean, I know you like the way it tastes, but some kids don't like having their heads licked.
When I first got these from FedEx, I knew they were coming, and I was actually scared to look at them.
I bet you were a football player in school. Linebacker? I was a cheerleader.
Well, can I get a drink?
Vodka, okay?
That's right. Straight up. And, some peanuts. Lots of them. Don't care about anything anymore.
I think you might have to turn it up. Is anyone
Right. Scared? Don't be scared. Alright. So of course they are solely doing 3D animation with 3D animation. And they're doing it's fully animation all throughout from the very first foundation up to the end. So these are professional classes. So it's different as opposed to what we have now. Because we have got you guys can hear me? I'll put back my head.
Yeah.
Okay, can hear now?
Yeah.
Can hear?
Yeah.
Can.
So as you can see here, these are the clips. Is not to show that you have to do entire thing. There are sections that you can pick up from, right? So for me, I don't mind you copying an animation, right? As long as you can do better. You have that nice flow, it's synchronized well, and it is, it's pleasing and appealing. And that's what we are looking at. And yeah, that's why I think we don't need to go up to 2 minutes if it's horrible. Right? Keep it simple, 30 seconds, but if you can push it, definitely sometimes you will push it. 30 seconds is already good. If you can push it a little bit more, why not? Yeah? But let's target 30 seconds quality work. That's it. Yeah? Ken? The others?
We'll do our best there.
Yes. I believe in that. Yeah? So this is where you are going to have a lot of fun. Okay? So before we move on, any questions that you have?
No, sir.
Happy dopey?
No, sir.
Yeah, cool. Alright, so today we will straight away jump into the tools. Right? I'll give you a little brief on how it works. So it's not going to be a character animation for today. So it's going to be more so on how the tool works with a simple object that has been moving and so on and so forth. So there's a couple of tools that we have that we are going to jump into. So you guys have loaded up your Maya this yet? Unfortunately for Winian. So Winian you can try it here on mine, or what I'll do is I will share the videos, yeah, so you guys can practice something at home. Alright, so the first week we don't want to waste the time, yeah, because next week will be a holiday on Monday, Yes, it's National Day. 31st. 31st, right? If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, let me check. Yeah. Oh gosh. So can you see? The hiccup has already started, right? And come, if I'm not mistaken, October or November, you will have Deepavali coming in. So there's another holiday. So I'm not sure when is it, but yeah. So can you see? So the idea behind all this is, I'm trying to reduce that, the chokiness that you're going to have. So what we are trying to do is, you straight away start with your assignments or exercises. Okay? So this week you're going to know the tools, which means you're going to use a bouncing ball. Right? You guys want to use a bouncing ball, or you want to do bouncing ball, or you straight away want to jump into a sack of flour?
Whole person.
Sorry?
I think it's better we just start from the very beginning.
Okay. So bouncing ball first, huh? And then I will definitely share the sack of flour. So you guys have to do that. So this week you are going to do simple bouncing ball first. Make sure that you create some sort of an animation. Try all this. So keep it simple. I don't want to have 30 seconds for each all this for the exercises. Very simple, probably 10 seconds, maybe 5 seconds, and so on and so forth. Little snippets of what you can do. Make sense? Yeah? So these are things that you accumulate, and then you showcase that you have understood the animation processes in 3D. Okay? Clear?
Yeah.
Alright. Do you guys want to take a little break? Or shall I continue?
I'm fine.
Yeah, me too. Just continue.
You can talk, wait. Don't worry. One side is dedicated for online, another years is dedicated for face-to-face. So yeah. Alright, yeah. So as you can see here, this is Maya. You load up Maya. First thing, in our animation class, we're going to use Maya mainly. I would love for you guys to switch to 3ds Max, but are you guys ready, or who's using Mac? Desmond, right?
No, sir, I'm using Maya.
No, are you using Mac?
No.
MAC, Mac, Apple.
I'm using Mac, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why, damn, Mac users. Yeah, that's the whole reason why we cannot go to 3ds Max. 3ds Max is 1,000 times easier than for animation. It is a lot more easier as opposed to, but it's the same thing actually. Yeah, but it's just that it's a lot more easier there. Yeah. But yeah, we'll make do with what we have. Okay. So first and foremost, right? After you have load up your Maya, you first have to go to animation. Change the workspace to animation. Yeah. So once you have changed to animation, and this is where the entire tabs and so on and so forth is going to change. Yeah. You guys know this drill anyways, right? So let me check. I'm still recording. Yes. Okay. So once you load up the workspace, animation workspace, as you can see, all the UI changes a little bit. Actually, not that much. The basic stuff is here, but you'll have a time editor and a graph editor here, right? The other controls is the same. Yeah, it's not going to change much. So here you have, the viewports and all that. Everything is the same, except for you will have more customized options here. This too, the range. This is the range. Yeah, you can squeeze it, you can increase it. Right, this is the range selector, or this is where the keyframe is going to go. Right, in the time editor. actually it's not time editor, this is the timeline. Yeah, so this is where you set up your keys and so on and so forth, right? All your keyframes here. But okay, let's I'll move on to this shortly. As you can see here in animation tab shelf here, right, you've got the play blast, you've got the arc, right, and then you've got the ghosting and so on and so forth. All this we will cover eventually, right? What's the function of this and so on and so forth. So the main tab here has now changed as opposed to 3D modeling. So as you can see here, you've got, after the windows, you've got key, playback, visualize, deform, constraints, mesh, and so on and so forth. Okay? Maya is a very powerful tool. Yeah? Maya, Max, or whichever tools that you're going to use. These tools are very, very powerful, these 3D animation tools. In mesh, you can use freaking a lot of stuff. Hang on, Hello? Yes? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yes, berapa kelas audio itu ke?